The new update to GTA Online this week brought a ton of really unique discounts and game changes, and today on the show we will be talking about all these discounts, and I'll be giving a review and breakdown of some of the best purchases that you can acquire this week in GTA Online. This video is all about what to buy and also about what to avoid buying this week. I know you put a lot of time and effort into building your wealth in GTA Online, and it would really be a shame to waste it on useless purchases, so I did some of the work for you this week by putting together a helpful buyer's guide so you can get the most value out of your spending. So if you enjoy this video at any point, or if you just find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you want to stay up to date with everything GTA Online and Rockstar games, consider hitting that subscribe button with your bell notifications turned on. So starting off with our major property discount for this week, we have 40% off all nightclubs, and the nightclub is one of the most complex businesses featured in the game, but it's also one of the most lucrative means of earning passive income. And this is the second time in a few weeks that Rockstar actually discounted the nightclub, and rather than me repeating myself here with all the tips and info that I have for this business, let's just say that you should purchase it for the following 3 reasons. Number 1, the nightclub connects all your own businesses that you purchased in the game. Number 2, you get access to the terabyte, which allows you to do client jobs, which can make you a ton of money in a really short amount of time. And number 3, it's an overall passive business. That's right, once you install all the necessary equipment and kickstart this business, the nightclub pretty much runs itself. Just upgrade staff, security, and equipment so you can start raking in the big bucks. You have a nightclub safe, which actually earns you passive income, and then the business itself with the sell missions is semi-passive because of those sell missions. But moving on to all our vehicle discounts now for the week, 30% off the Progen GP1 for $429,000. This is a 2-door supercar that was added to GTA with the Cunning Stunts Special Vehicle Circuit update. It's primarily inspired by the real-life McLaren F1 and McLaren F1 GTR. On the performance side, it's powered by a powerful V12 engine coupled to a 6-speed gearbox in the rear to mid engine and rear-wheel drivetrain, and it boasts exceptional acceleration and can reach a maximum top speed of 123.75 miles an hour in just a few seconds. And this vehicle shares many aspects with the Progen Tyrus, including its overall handling, and the engine sound is also shared with the Tyrus, albeit in a different and edited tone. In real life, this car is probably the first real hypercar, and in GTA Online, it lives up to that legacy with impeccable performance. Like I said, you could purchase it for 30% off on Legendary Motorsport. Next up, we have the Ocelot Swinger, and the Swinger is one of the fastest sports classics cars in the game. It possesses good acceleration and a high top speed, and in terms of handling, it can be a handful on bumpy courses, and due to that lack of a spoiler, your car can get very loose around those corners, but it can be corrected if you're a skillful player. Overall though, the car is a decent choice for circuits, and it's a pretty good choice for drag racing, but do note though that the Swinger has 6 advanced handling flags activated, including the 4 flags that were introduced in the Southern San Andreas Supersport Series update, with only the first 3 having known purposes. One of them causes the first upshifting to occur much sooner and at lower engine revolutions, effectively shortening your shift rate, and the second causes the vehicle's engine to heavily over rev and remain at the red line for a much longer period of time before shifting, causing your revolutions to fluctuate in the engine, and the third increases the vehicle's suspension springiness, causing the Swinger to basically bounce excessively while you're driving around. But moving on, we also have 40% off the Coil Brawler for $355,000. The Coil Brawler is a 2-seater rally raid vehicle that was added to GTA with the Ill-Gotten Gains Part 2 update, and its visual appearance is inspired by the real-life Local Motors Rally Fighter, and when it comes to performance, it runs on a 5-liter V8 engine coupled to a 5-speed gearbox and a front-engine all-wheel drivetrain. It's one of the fastest off-road cars in the game, but to me it has absolutely awful handling and braking, and it also has really limited customization, so overall I recommend you stay away from this vehicle. Next up, we have 40% off the Declasse Tulip for $430,800. The Tulip's speed and handling is remarkable, though it may seem tedious when you're driving around in it for the first time, and it has its bouts of wheel spin upon taking off just because it is a classic muscle car. Its suspension travel when airborne is also problematic, and it can be relatively jumpy around bumps and has bouts of oversteer if you're turning a corner too hard without properly managing those corners. Not only that, the Tulip steering is quite jerky even on the slightest turns, so even with a fully upgraded suspension, it still has these issues with oversteer. Still though, the Tulip is quite the competitor for races and can easily catch up to equally faster vehicles at the hands of an expert GTA Online driver. Next up, we have 40% off the Vulcar Warrener HKR. This vehicle performs similarly to its its OG 4-door variant, having a high acceleration and good top speed for the class, but the torque makes it prone to spinouts, requiring careful driving to maintain traction with this vehicle. Its handling is also responsive and quick due to the car's lightweight and excellent braking. Crash deformation is also poor, but the engine can take several direct hits before failing, and compared to the regular version, the HKR has a slightly higher top speed and a slightly lighter weight, and you can get this vehicle for 40% off, like I said. After that, moving on to the aircraft discounts, we have 30% off the B11 Strikeforce for $2,660,000. The Strikeforce handles very similarly to other jets with an acceleration similar to the Hydra, but with a lower airspeed. And despite this slower airspeed, this jet still has amazing maneuverability with a very tight turning circle. It can turn tighter than the Pyro while making it a strong contender in close dogfights. The aircraft also has strong air brakes, making it easy to quickly slow down while maintaining that maneuverability. And on the ground, the Strikeforce has a greater stability than almost all jets in the game, as sharp turns do not tip this vehicle as easily as other aircraft with similar undercarriage setups. The Strikeforce is also one of the most durable airplanes in the game. It can withstand up to 5 homing missiles or standard explosions before being destroyed on the 6th shot. It can survive 1 direct hit with an RPG, and it can also withstand 4 hits from the Heavy Sniper Mark II with explosive rounds. And with full armor upgrades and fighting basically players with regular bullets, it will take 72 rounds from the normal Heavy Sniper to completely destroy this aircraft. One of the cool things about this vehicle as well is that if this aircraft is only damaged from one side, this aircraft will never explode. It needs to get hit on the opposite side in order for that to happen, which is pretty cool. After that, we have a 40% off the Buckingham Alpha Z1 for $1,272,810. This is one of the fastest piston-powered aircraft in the game, even surpassing other jet-powered aircraft like the Hydra and P996 Laser, possessing great speed and short takeoff distances. However, its handling I've found to be rather sensitive, and it has erratic movements that could simply just roll the plane more than you intend to, and it is quite dangerous in my opinion to maneuver this thing when you're flying low to the ground. And overall, this issue combined with the high speed and the low clearance would cause players to basically experience problems when attempting to land even on flat runway surfaces, as the plane will also be sensitive to hard impacts, causing it to disrupt the landing sequence. After that, we have 30% off the Nagasaki Havok for $1,610,630. This is a very nimble handling and good speed helicopter thanks to its lightweight and compact design, and its size allows it to fly through tight spaces, basically being similar to the Buzzard in its attack variant. One major drawback of this vehicle though is the narrow side skids that cause it to lean erratically upon a fast landing, often requiring immediate input to counter that leaning effect or taking off again to level that aircraft. After that, we have 40% off the Atomic Blimp for $714,210. Overall, this is just a joke of a vehicle and really only has one purpose, either for fun sightseeing if you like the roleplay aspect of the game, or of course if you just want to fool around with your friends. Overall though, I can assure you, you will not get any utility out of this vehicle whatsoever. So those are all the property, vehicle, and aircraft discounts this week in GTA Online. The question you may have is, what should I buy this week and what should I avoid buying? Well, in the what to buy this week recommendation list by me, I recommend you buy the Nightclub, the Progen GP1, the B11 Strikeforce, and the Nagasaki Havok, and I also recommend you that you avoid buying and look the other way of the Ocelot Swinger, the Declasse Tulip, the Vulcar Warrener HKR, the Buckingham Alpha Z1, and the Atomic Blimp. With all that said though, we've reviewed every major discounted purchase here in GTA Online this week. What do you think of these recommendations? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments down below. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video today, and if you did, hopefully I earned your like on it. And of course, if you are new to my channel and you want to stay up to date with all the best GTA Online and Rockstar Games content, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single thing we post here on the channel. We consistently talk about updates, news, information, tips, tricks, and even leaks, and we'll keep you guys updated here on the channel daily, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, and you're more than welcome to ask me any questions on those platforms. You can follow me at HazardousHDTV, and all of my social media links can be found in the description down below. With that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next GTA Online video. Adios, amigos.